we're going to talk about a game called Husk. Now, I'm going to go straight to the point. This game is supposed to be like Silent Hill, and it did copy many of Silent Hill locations and elements, but it's not even near such a game like Silent Hill. It's a guy in 1995 who traveled to his hometown and after a train accident want to find his daughter and wife. At the first, it looked real, and the guy has no idea what's going on and doing some realistic comments. And I thought it's a good game after all, but it turns out I was wrong because suddenly our guy from a lost man who has no idea what's going on become a philosopher and doing some philosophy comments. Then he start to tell a story of his life to himself. I wonder why this lost man start to tell the story of his life for himself without a proper situation. That's the problem. And the game also become kind of a game that nothing has to offer to entertain you. Like you must find your way out in a couple of mazes and killing three different looking monsters with 2 shots, 3 shots, or 5 shots, or equal melee attack. And one of the boss fights, and I'm sorry, has one boss fight who get down with 6 or 7 shots. The guy is keeping telling the story of his life, and it is good if they made a situation where he decide to tell his story, but suddenly he start that, and that's is kind of bother. We can't get much in the story until final chapters 6 and 7, where we find out he's in coma and that place where actually was something like hell, and he was an alcoholic who used to beat his wife and now is fighting back because he's in the coma, fighting back to get back to life and get alive. Where their family, his family actually, are at a point. They don't know if they must unplug him or not from the devices that keep him alive. Okay? And we don't know if he's die or if he gets better. We can't get that because the game ends. The only brightness in this game is final chapter where is telling the story and interest us. But all of the chapters, as I said, was getting out in bunch of mazes. The game is short and it take like 5 to 7 hours to finish, which is a good thing in this case because if it be longer, it would be much boring. One good point in this game was at the factory you fall into water and you lose your ammo. That was a good idea, and I like it because in survivor horror game you're not meant to stockpile any ammo and use melee attack, so you could gather lots of ammo like Resident Evil. After all, I like the idea that this kind of games, such as Dying Light, Silent Hill, The Evil Within, and more, trying to show us the afterlife and the life in coma. It is very interest me, and that is very interesting to see how all things happen in a person's head. All these things, you see in the game. And it is like a very bad trip on psychedelics in real life, where which very similar to give a very bad horror that you think it would never end, and it's truly horrifying. Some people in that stage will hurt themselves or others, or actually kill themselves trying to end that experience. And that is why you shouldn't take psychedelics. Anyway, I enjoy playing and ending this game, and I recommend it to you too. Take care.